Yeah.
So you enrolled in Columbia University, and I should let you say it, but I'll just let you comment on it. Is it fair to say that, to your shock, you spent the next few years hearing how bad America is?
Yeah, not only that, they are the source of every problem that humanity got. The only way for us to be better and get rid of our problem is getting rid of America. Not just bad, that they are teaching us that only way we can move forward from all our problems like systemic oppression, racism, and those xenophobia, homophobia, all of that is because of white men and American imperialism. Only way to solve that is tearing down U.S. Constitution, get rid of this country, tearing down this country. So that was every single class in the 4 years I learned at Columbia.
For that alone, it was really significant to have you on this fireside chat. I return to the word shock.
Mm-hmm.
You know evil. You know the good America has done, and then you come to an American university to hear that America is evil.
Yeah.
So you must have thought, this is another planet.
Yeah.
Planet A, North Korea. Planet B, South Korea. Planet C, America.
Yeah.
Or at least an American university.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever speak up in class? And I'm not saying you should have, but
I have tried many times.
And say, I don't know what you're talking about. You people don't know what you're talking about.
So for instance, like my professor said, do you know, like when man holding a door for you, what does that mean to you? It's like, oh, decency, being a gentleman. Like, no, this is where you need to be walk about. You need to look at the hidden oppression by the men, that by the holding a door for women, they are overpowering you. They're showing off their power. And this is masculinity, toxic.
What subject was the class?
This is also about social study, one of the core requirements that we take about the global.
And this was a man who said this?
It's a woman. But this is another man class. I'm going to give you an example. He was actually Jewish professor about Western civilization music. We all have to take that, art and music, right? And then before the even class, he says, so who has a problem calling this course Western civilization music? And everybody raised their hands like, I did not. And then there's like, do you know, because of these bigots, that white men silenced so many women and the people of color, then now we have to study this unbelievable Mozart and Beethoven. It's like a white supremacist. And it's unbelievable Columbia is requiring this class as a mandatory core for you guys to study. I cannot believe this word. And this is a professor who's Jewish, by the way. So nothing against him, but the thing is...
I have a lot against him. So I'm Jewish and I'm embarrassed.
So I hold on hands and I asked him, like, so, after all, we are in the West. And in Korea, we learn Korean musicians, American musicians. So we are trying to be open-minded and global-minded. What's wrong with studying Western artists that had a lot of influence in our course of music in the history? It's like, no, that's because you're brainwashed. And every single time I speak up, they say I'm brainwashed. And that's like, okay.
By the way, for the record, South Korea is one of the biggest cultural centers for classical music.
Yeah.
The Seoul Symphony Orchestra is one of the great orchestras of the world. And they're playing Beethoven.
Exactly.
And not because Koreans believe in white supremacy.
No.
They believe in the supremacy of excellence.
Absolutely. I mean, I never thought, studying Beethoven, listening to Mozart was a sign of white supremacy. I just never thought that was it.
No, you have to go to Columbia, where I went. It's gotten worse, but it was the same nonsense. It's worse than nonsense. Same horrible, destructive ideas. And most of your fellow students agreed, right? They bought this.
All of them. All of them raised their hand, other than me.
Other than you.
And then, in my orientation, before going classes, it's like, so who loves to read Jane Austen? It's like, me, right? Until in North Korea, I didn't even know what love was. So for me, reading something that was written before Kim was like unbelievable. There was a history before Kim existed. And there's a book about love back even old days that people talking about love. And do you know, this is how you look for hidden oppression again. Hidden, the agenda from white men. Because Jane Austen was alive during the white colonialism, during the white supremacy. Therefore, by reading her work, you are being brainwashed by white men, white people. So this is how you walk. Look for the hidden infiltration of our enemies. And it's literally, that's what North Korea says in the classroom. Enemies are behind the trees. Enemies are under the ground. They are infiltrated everywhere.
Well,
you have to look
you
for
have basically said that you heard more anti-American propaganda at Columbia than in North Korea.
Almost same. I think almost. In North Korea, everything is about America, right? Everything horrible. And in Colombia, exactly the same thing. Everything is like a problem with America and white men.
Do you have a theory, and you may not, it's not an easy question. Do you have a theory as to why there's so much America hatred in America?
I don't. Why?
Right. Well, it's a very difficult question. How do you grow up in the freest country in the world and hate it? There's no purely rational answer, actually, and I've studied this question my whole life. But you and I have spoken once before, or twice before, on the radio and in person, and we both independently came to realize that these are all substitute religions.
Yeah.
Which is that I do believe, that they're sort of empty souls that need something to believe in, and anti-Americanism has become their religion. They don't believe in freedom, they don't believe in God, they don't believe in Christianity, they don't believe in Judeo-Christian values. Everything is gone, but you have to believe in something or you kill yourself.
Right.
So America represents everything they hate: capitalism, liberty, religion, assimilation of peoples. They hate all of that, and it's still hard to understand.
Yeah.
So let's take the video question, because it leads exactly to what I want you to comment on. So if you can't hear it, I'll repeat it for you.
Hi, my name is Jacob. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. As a refugee from North Korea, you know what true oppression is. What frustrates you most about the American left's idea of oppression?
That's a good one.
It is. I thought you'd like it.
No. I mean, this is a funny thing. So at Columbia, we did these people spending hundreds of grants go there, right? Why they can afford to be a vegan. How they are talking about they are vegan, fighting for animals and like eco-friendly products. And they talk about how they're oppressed. And I'm like, do you guys know that people who are actually oppressed don't even know that they are oppressed? If you know you're oppressed, you are really not oppressed. And that's what they don't get here. Like, people in North Korea, they don't even know they're oppressed. And here, they don't even know the definition of oppression. And using this word oppression on every single thing. Like, man holding a door is oppression. I mean, like, reading Jane Austen is oppression. I mean, like, not having your own bathroom for your specific, like, pronoun is oppression. Like, every single thing is oppression. It's like something became a game for them.
That's exactly right. It is a game for them.
Yeah. It became some competition. Who can find more oppression?
That's what it is.
Who can title more oppression? It's almost like that prize you look for. Where can we find another oppression? It's a entire class we spend that what they call critical thinking is looking for that oppression.
So you come to America and you see what's going on. Is it depressing?
Beyond depressing. I mean, after North Korea, like, I lost my faith in humanity. Like, I have so seen the worst of humanity. I lost it all. And when I came to America, I found that love, that I started believing people again. I believed that world was good again. And going to Colombia, I can know these idiots, I mean, whatever you call it, useful idiots, these idiots can literally take us to a country like North Korea.
That's right.
They can make us like China. And because of them, now I'm worrying about my son. Like, I thought best thing I gave to him was giving him the free country where he doesn't have to worry about oppression. Now, I'm not sure, like, I'm fighting for my freedom of speech right now in America. How he's gonna be free here, right? I'm really worried.
This is the point. The issue is not Korea. The issue is the left.
Yeah.
The left ruined half of Korea. The left will ruin America. The left ruins everything it touches.
Absolutely.
There is no exception in the history of the left.
Yeah.
It's pure, like a shark. It just eats everything that it sees.
Yeah.
It devours everything. It is a sick part of the human condition. By the way, you said you lost your faith in humanity.
Yeah.
For your interest, I never had faith in humanity. I still don't. I have faith in a handful of humans. Humanity stinks. Some humans are terrific. Part of the reason is that there were two big reasons I believe that. Maybe, well, three actually. One is I know history. Two is I'm a Jew, and I know that the human condition is Auschwitz and death camps and torture and genocide. That's a big part of the human condition, and not just for Jews, but especially. And third, I know the Bible. I knew at the age of 5 that people are not basically good. It is one of the fundamental teachings of the Bible.
Yeah.
Secular people are much more naive than truly religious people.
Wow.
And naive is bad.
It is bad.
Really bad, because then you deny what the problems of humanity. So I just want to say for the record, I have zero faith in humanity. That's why when I hear about, world opinion? What did world opinion do for the Jews in the Holocaust? What did world opinion do for the North Koreans? What did world opinion do for the Armenians? What did world opinion do for the Ukrainians? What did world opinion do for the Tutsis? What are you, these people who even talk about it, they should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
World opinion isn't worth spit.
Yeah, no. They don't care. Like
They don't care. That's exactly right.
They don't care.
Did they care about you in Colombia?
No.
They thought you were cuckoo.
Yeah. Some brainwashed person.
Because the only one who knew oppression, and they're telling you they're oppressed. You must have gone, I don't know how you didn't go a little crazy.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Well, by the way, for the record, I went a little crazy at Colombia too.
Oh, really?
I swear to God.
Oh, my God.
I remember as if it were yesterday, one day, I was walking around Colombia, and I thought, I'm totally alone.
Yeah.
I don't think like anyone else at this whole university.
Yeah. I literally thought, maybe I'm a bigot. Like, literally at the end of it.
You're a bigot.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I am.
Well,
like,
you are. You're bigoted against stupidity,
right, so I was
which
like,
immediately rendered Colombia problematic.
It was like, I couldn't believe why they say, like, the skin color matters. Like, no, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
I mean, like, from North Korea going to South Korea, they say, yeah, because your birthplace, you are being discriminated. Coming to America, it was like, it doesn't matter you're from North Korea, who cares? So now, what do you want to do in the world, right? Like, who are you? But now in Colombia, like, what pronoun are you? It's all about how do you identify yourself.
That's right.
And it's like...
I'm sorry, I forgot to open up the interview with asking your pronouns. I blew it. I did blow it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm curious. I asked you about Christianity. Are you at all religious today?
Yeah.
Which religion?
It's hard
or
to
no
define.
religion, just
No,
God-centered.
God, I think reading Jordan Peterson last year, it brought me to God. And reading you now, it brought me to God. I was listening to PragerU video actually about why do you need to expose children to church. You at least give them the chance. And I was like talking to my ex-husband like, thank you for taking him to church. That I do send my son to church. It's what shocked me coming to America is that chaos in morality. Even in North Korea, like they tell you what is good and bad. Like if children misbehave, if we don't bow properly or something, they say this is not good. What shocked me in America was like everything is okay because you have freedom. And then that's why like people on the street that inject yourself with drugs because you are free. You can do it. You can kill yourself by doing drug and drink it to your death.
Right.
And it's just anarchy that I see
Correct.
here.
America is built on the belief that you don't have to listen, that the state won't control you, but you must control you.
Your consciousness, your virtue.
And eventually, and that you are ultimately obligated to do what God wants you to do. No God, you get anarchy in a free country.
Nah, that's what we got. I saw that,
that's
and
what
I'm
we're
like
getting.
walking at the New York and Chicago with the leaders, and I'm like, this is not freedom.
Correct.
This is irresponsibility.
That's right.
It is like you're being such a selfish person, and it's like I don't want my son to think that's freedom.
Correct.
Freedom comes with the responsibility, and they don't people.
That's right.
And
boy, you understand America better than most Americans.
How ironic is that?
How ironic.
I had to talk about freedom. Someone who did not even know what the word free was until adult.
It's also amazing that you have the ability to be happy.
How can you not be? I'm like...
That's a great answer, actually.
Yeah.
I've written a book on happiness. I talk a lot about it. That is my view. What is your choice?
Yeah.
It's a choice, happiness.
You make the decision.
You make a decision.
I'm gonna be happy. That's the thing. Like, it's not like if someone make you fear. You make the choice.
That's right.
And like they say about like if you change your mood for 90 seconds, right? Think about that's like how much control we have. Instead, like make the government to make me happy.
This is a woman whose father was tortured basically to death, who was a sex slave at 13, and is telling you have to choose to be happy. And most people watching this have not had your background and don't choose to be happy. The left in America teaches you not to be happy.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing. By the way, that's a big part of the answer about the left. They're not happy. The unhappy hate the happy.
Yeah.
And the unhealthy hate the healthy.
Yeah.
And the anti-religious hate the religious. So that's a big part of it.
That is true. Like they almost ask me like as something like if I have a problem, like why are you not bitter? Why don't you hate men? Like why don't you hate people? Why are you smiling? I'm like, what? It's almost in the West, there's expectation. If you go through something horrible, you gotta be complaining and bitter. That was some kind of like certain condition that you have to be in.
You're so right. But it's worse than that. Even if you don't go through terrible things, you're supposed to be bitter.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be anti-male because they hold the door open.
Yeah.
Or because they said at work, you're cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Well, you're living proof of my whole theory of my life. I've always said, I have contempt for humanity and I love humans. You're one of the humans of whom that is true. But you say thank you, which is very sweet, and I understand why you're saying thank you. But the truth is, you have worked on this and you get credit for it, but you also have that nature. You have been given a gift either by God or by luck, and I don't know which. Even though I believe in God, I don't know. But you were given a nature that could choose to be happy if you made that choice. Given what you have gone through, you can easily be on antidepressant drugs. And everyone would understand that. Your antidepressant is your nature and your wisdom.
Thank you. But
That's a fact.
what helps me is watching PragerU videos. I mean, it's not I'm trying to be nice. That truth really liberates people. When I found the truth, it really truth was simple. It wasn't confused. It was all about me. It was up to me to make that decision.
That's right.
And instead of like thinking, blaming people, that what you do, that educating people, telling people the truth, it really, really matters. And I binge watch your video, like 20 of them in the same day. So thank you for everything you do to help all of us.
Well, if you're thanking me for what we do, I take it as a big deal. This was among the great hours of my life.
Oh, thank you.
And I've had a lot of great hours. I have a feeling we will be together again.
Yeah. Let's do this on the college campuses.
That's right.
They'll be able to go crazy. What would they call me? I'm not even white. Yeah.
What will they call you? Grateful.
Oh.
The best thing there is. I'm Dennis Prager. This is Yeonmi Park. And thank you for watching.